Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. Once again, listen, man, I told you guys I was going to be back, and I ain't lying. Anyway, so we are back for another segment of POP, problem or process, right? I added another P in there for if this player is a project. So for those that are tuning in for the first time, if you guys don't know who I am and what this is the Buffalo Fanatics. Truly welcome. Click and subscribe to this page. Show your boy some love. World's first chair. You're the first one. I see you, bro. Dante Trullo, I see you, man. Yes, he deserves to be brought back. Okay, we're going to talk about it, people. We're going to talk about it. So today's edition is the trenches. We're going to merge both the O-line and the defense. And we're going to start with the offensive side of the ball, right? So as you guys are tuning in and jumping into the room, I welcome you guys for the first time. I'm telling you guys, if you guys are here for the first time, you guys are Bills fans and you've never heard of us, believe me, click that subscribe button, click that like, you're going to be a fan for a minute. So here's the deal. We are now going to find out who is part of the process on this offensive line and who's got to go, right? Because we've got some free agent guys that we need to make a decision on, and we have some guys that are there purely for depth. So let's start off with our prized offensive lineman on the squad. And that, let me flip my page back. And that is our center, one of the highest paid players at his position in the game. And that is Mitch Morse. All right. He is the quarterback of the O-line. He is the eyes for Josh Allen. If he sees something, what's coming, he alerts our quarterback. He is the guy that makes sure that line is in check. That is Mitch Morse. The man is being paid $11 million a year. So we expect everything from that man. My man Patrick Arner says we got plenty of money to excuse building an effing championship contender. We got a lot of money. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. So here's the deal. We got an elite center at that position. That's one thing that we haven't had in a long time. I mean, we had Eric Wood, right? I wouldn't say he was elite, but he was a very, very talented and good center. But it's unfortunate that he had to cut his career short because of the neck injury. So it took some time for us to kind of get something, but we found something in Mitch Morse, right? So this is a plus, and we have him for another 3 to 4 years. So I'm ecstatic about that. So veteran leadership, he's a top center in the game. And not only that, he's the leader on that line. He's the guy that makes things, he makes sure that everybody's in line. So you can't even hate on that. That's Mitch Morse. That's our guy, right? Moving on to the next guy. That's John Feliciano. Now, John Feliciano was a pleasant surprise. And if you guys want to act like, yo, I knew he was going to be nice all along, y'all are bugging and y'all are lying, right? Feliciano became one of my favorite guys on the line, man. He brings a nastiness to this line. He brings you versatility. How you have a guy that can play right tackle, can move to right guard, and then play center at the same time. And you can interchange him at any moment of the game. That is someone that is very valuable on this team. And that's someone that I'm actually very excited about. Thomas Gibson, I see you, bro. Morris Allen, 2020, book it. I like it. So to me, the addition of Feliciano was key. And the fact that he was able to be familiar with our O-line coach and OG Bobby Johnson, that makes all of the difference, right? So that's why he was able to just jump right into guard, jump right into center without missing a beat. And that is a very valuable piece that we have on this O-line. Think about what we had at O-line just a couple years back. We had guys like Vlad Dukas. We had John Miller. Come on, fellas. Like, I'm giving you guys, we had that turnstile in Mills. We had such a O-line that you're like, yo, what are we doing with this, with these guys, right? And we've totally revamped it and turned that bitch around. You know what I'm saying? So we should be excited about the future of what this O-line can look like, because we were playing with some trash on that damn O-line, man. So we got to give a shout out to Mitch Morse, that's at the center, and John Feliciano, right? And we're paying John Feliciano decent money, $3.6 million, but he's worth it. So moving on to the next, right? Ryan Bates. Now, we brought in Ryan Bates late into the season. We took him on trade from the Philly Eagles, right? I think he played for Penn State. And when he was at Penn State, very versatile guy. He can literally go down the line from right tackle all the way to left tackle and everything in between. So that is the epitome of versatility. Now, there's a trend that you're going to start seeing with the guys that I'll be naming. And I'll just tell you right now, it's versatility. Each and every one of these guys are able to be interchangeable and move from left to right or just from guard to tackle. That is huge because the amount of injuries that can happen, just like what happened to Adrian Waddell, we had to scramble and move things around. So having guys that can actually move around and do what you're supposed to do, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep that up. So John Feliciano, Mitch Morse, Ryan Bates. And Ryan Bates is for cheap. So you can't even go wrong with that. All right. Ike Barker. Ike Barker, to me, they like Ike Barker because they brought him back and left him on the practice squad. So they don't want to get rid of this dude, man. They like him. So I think they see some depth with him. I think they see some promise with him to be nice depth. So Ike Barker, whether he comes back as a guy that they really want to fuck with, or he's just there just to be camp body because we're going to be looking at free agency and seeing what we're going to draft. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Ike Barker. So I'm going to touch on that a little later, right? So moving along, D-Doc, you already know. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. D-Doc knew for a damn fact that he did not have a good year last year. Last year, he even said it when they're exiting and doing their exit interviews. Straight up, my man was like, yo, I know I got to be better. I wasn't good. I was trash. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. He surely showed up this season. Now, I'm going to tell you this, though. There's some things that I'd like Dawkins to Dion to really refine. But to me, I see that he took a very good leap. He did a very good job this year. And at left tackle at that, one of the toughest positions to play in this game, when you're going up against dogs all year round, I think he held his own. He wasn't the D-Doc of last year. I think he definitely took a step up in his game. And what I love about it is that he's learning and growing with Josh Allen. That's the one thing that I like. There's not a revolving door at left tackle. There's one guy that's there that's constant, has been constant, and it's only going to get better this year. Believers Talk, I see you, my G. Welcome to the page, my guy. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, you guys are feeling what I'm talking about when we talk about, I know it's not sexy. We're not talking about sexy positions, but the trenches need love too. And we got to talk about it because that is what keeps the ultimate sexy guy on this team, Josh Allen, upright. Because if we have some trash at O-line, a bunch of damn garbage bins, we ain't going to go nowhere. So we have to make sure that we are on top and on top of our shit when it comes to this O-line. And that's straight facts. That's what I'm talking about, right? So moving on. So Dion Dawkins, I'm glad that he's on this team. I'm glad that he's doing big things. I mean, right now he's on his rookie deal. So we got him for cheap. But guess what? We're going to have to open up checkbooks very soon. So that's why I don't think in terms of free agency, we got like 80 plus million in the bank. Don't think Bean is going to just spend willy-nilly. He's not, because he's thinking future, long game. I got to pay for my quarterback. I got to pay for my left tackle. I got to pay for my corner. I got to pay for my damn linebackers. There are some people that are going to get paid on this team. So we have to be smart with the money. We got to be smart with the bread. We got to be smart with the cheddar. You see what I'm saying? So you already know. You got what I'm saying. So Dion Dawkins is going to get paid. Now, whether he gets paid by us, that is something to think about, because guess what? Cordy Glenn was supposed to be the guy that we paid, but we said, we're going to send you out to Cincinnati. We're going to send you out to Cincinnati because we ain't paying you, right? I mean, they did pay him a little bit, though. I'm not going to lie. They did pay him. But then they said, nah, you got to go, son. You got to go. So Dion Dawkins, I can't see us starting all over again. So if Dion Dawkins follows up with a solid year and has a Pro Bowl year, now you know he's going to get paid. That's straight facts, all right? So Dion Dawkins, is he part of the process? You motherfucking right, he is. Yes, he is, all right? Ty Nseke. Now, this one's a tricky one for me. Ty Nseke, we paying this man $5 million. And I really had high hopes for Ty Nseke. Barbarian, I see you, Barbarian. Scott Blakely, I see you, bro. Being a McDermott build from the inside out, meaning trenches and both sides critical. 1,000%. Man, Scott Blakely, man, you and I have been seen eye to eye for some time now, brother. I like that. So hear me out when I talk about this, okay? So Ty Nseke, that's a tricky one for me because I had high hopes for Ty Nseke. The man's wingspan is like this. Like he's got long ass arms, right? So I'm thinking this is perfect, right? We let Cody Ford chill and watch how it's done. And then Ty Nseke will run things. He's going to run things on the right-hand side. But guess what? That didn't quite happen. Ty Nseke was struggling a little bit. Not only that, he got hurt. So it actually forced Cody Ford to jump in and do an admirable job at right tackle. He had some moments where you're like, come on, son, you got to be better than that. But nonetheless, he held up his own. So now it makes you wonder, do you bring back a Ty Nseke? Do you? And I don't want to even talk about that issue, but it's something that we're going to have to talk about because LeAdrian Waddell potentially could be brought back. So now we have decisions to make at right tackle. Now, my gut tells me we bring back Ty Nseke because they liked him to begin with. I mean, $5 million is not expensive, but it's not cheap either. So I'm looking at the dollar signs to see how they feel about that, right? How they feel about Cody Ford. Do they feel Cody Ford is good enough to stay at right tackle? And we can say, see you later to a backup at $5 million, a swing tackle at that? I don't know. I mean, Deion Dawkins holding it down. Ryan Bates, I'm not saying Ryan Bates is on the level of Ty Nseke. However, $5 million for that guy, we're going to find out. But like I said earlier, versatility is the name of the game. So if you have a guy that can go from left to right and right to left in Ty Nseke, you keep him for that depth. So that's where I'm battling with myself. But we're gonna find out what's going on later on down the line when we try to find out if he's processed or he's a problem. And I'm gonna need your help on that. All right. So moving on, Cody Ford. Now Cody Ford. He had his struggles this year. We all know it. He had his struggles. By the way, if you guys are tuning in for the first time and you guys are guys that have been here for a minute and you guys are part of the big squad, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button, show your boy some love. And if you're new for the first time, you're like, who the hell is this dude talking Bills football wearing a Weeder North jersey? Y'all know who it is, your boy Rico. Let's go. So, Cody Ford. I like Cody Ford, man. Mauling type of O-line. Meat, you know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? So you got a Feliciano and a Cody Ford on the right-hand side. You can't bully these type of guys, man. Those are guys that bully you. So the fact that we got two henchmen on the right-hand side with Cody Ford and Feliciano, I like that, right? I got my notes a little bit. I took a little bit. So and he learned a lot, right? When you're in between a guy like Nseke, you're in between Feliciano, you're in the locker room with Mitch Morse and Deion Dawkins, you are constantly learning things. So I'm going to go on a limb and say that he learned a lot, and I think that he's going to take a very big leap going into second year, and I hope to see him at one of the positions. Now, here's the question, though. Because we have Feliciano at right guard, because we haven't made a decision on Quentin Spain, what do you do with a guy like Ford? Do you kick him out to the right-hand side and say, yo, you got to sink or swim? Or you say, you know what, man, I think you're better suited for the interior game right next to Morris, and then we now have to go and find a right tackle. I struggle with this. I'm not sure. That's where I'm going to need your help with this one because this is a tough one. So we're going to talk about it in just a little bit. But Cody Ford, process. You know what it is, man. Second round pick. He's definitely part of the process. Let me go back here. Scott Blakely says, in my opinion, they will be looking to upgrade at tackle, but continuity is critical for the second year. So they will attempt to retain most. And I completely agree with that. The one thing that I'm not sure what they're going to do is what they're going to do with Quentin Spain, which now I'm going to get into that. Before I do, we have one more guy I got to talk about. You guys don't even know who he is, but it's okay because I didn't know who he was either. I heard the name, but never really looked into it. And that is Victor Salako. Whoever the hell Victor Salako is, no disrespect to you, sir. You are simply there for depth, and you will not be part of the process. Unless something insane happens and you come out just balling out of control, which I highly doubt, you, sir, will be on a train somewhere else, just not going to be in Buffalo. So now let's get into certain players that are on the cusp, right? And that is Quentin Spain and LeAdrian Waddell. So LeAdrian Waddell, we anticipated LeAdrian Waddell coming through and being a very good veteran leader and depth guy. And then he had an unfortunate accident, which now had to shake up the whole line because that injury itself shook everything up. But that's why we brought in versatile guys so we don't falter. So we're able to still maintain high level of play with guys that can move left to right, right to left, center, and everything. So when LeAdrian Waddell went down, we had an issue. Believers Talk says, yo, you don't have to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. You know it. You know it, my man. So Believers Talk knows what it is, man. So now when it comes to Quentin Spain, that is where I'm like, what we going to do about him? I mean, let's talk about it, man. The guy did not let up one sack all year long, but we haven't offered him a damn dime. Why? This is where it's nuts to me. Do we not want to open up the pockets? Are we not trying to pay him? Are we trying to move someone over to left guard? Is that why we're not really trying to see? Let's talk about this real sick. All right. Here's a potential starting O-line without looking at the draft, without looking at anybody. Basically on what we have right now. Dion Dawkins left tackle. Feliciano left guard. Morse at center. Guard Cody Ford. Maybe they say Ty Seke, right tackle. That's what the line's going to look like. Can y'all mess with that? Or do you not like that at all? And now you're trying to say, you know what? I don't like that line. Let's bring back Quentin Spain and let's just bring back everything to the natural position so we can go. I need to know what your thoughts are on that, because to me, the fact that we have not even talked to Quentin Spain and he's sitting here for the picking by anybody else, we're going to find out. Bills Mafia says PFF rated Spain bad. Here's the thing that I got to pick. I got beef with people. All right. Let me take a sip real quick. Y'all are quick, and I'm not just talking about you specifically, but y'all know what it is, man. By the way, if you guys are tuned in, you know what it is, man. 79 people watching right now. Click that like. There's only 31 likes. Y'all people, man. You just listen, man. Just go over there, just scroll down, hit that little button, and come back into the room. It's that simple. All right. So here's the deal. Big Jose says Rico looking like captain of the high school JV track team. Oh boy, I used to run that forward. Listen, man, I thought 100 yard was my shit. That was my shit. Anyway, so hear me out with this, okay? What if we're not bringing in Quentin Spain and we sitting here messing around like that? That is going to mess with, I mean, what Scott Blakely said, continuity. We want all the people back, but at the same time, we got to put the best team forward. What are we doing? Do we not want to pay Quentin Spain? Now, my beef, let me explain to you what my beef is. Y'all are quick to, whenever PFF gives a good grade to any of the Bills players, you guys are like, yeah, PFF, awesome. Yo, but the minute PFF doesn't give you guys good ratings, yo, fuck PFF. They trash. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Yo, if PFF is trash, leave PFF all alone. You can't pick and choose. I can't stand when y'all do that, man. I see it all over Twitter. Oh, PFF is so trash. But when they give Josh Allen praise, when they give Milano praise, y'all are all up on PFF. But the minute they start, you know what I mean, trashing some of your guys, you guys don't want to mess with PFF. So either you use PFF for general purposes, or you don't use PFF at all and find another damn tool that you can evaluate the players. Either you go and you watch the film your damn self and you watch every single game, every single snap, replay that bitch, or you take the professionals to evaluate the players and tell you what they thought. Now, the beauty of watching these games is we watch them with our own damn eyes, so we know if somebody was poo-poo or he was legit. And to me, Quentin Spain, he wasn't terrible, but the facts are the facts. The numbers are the numbers. Nothing was counted against him for sacks. You feel me now? Could it be that Josh Allen was escaping for his life? There was a lot of times Josh Allen was seeing ghosts and just running all over the place for no damn reason. But I have to give Quentin Spain some love, because the man did not allow any damn sacks on his record. So he's got that for him. But maybe Brandon Beane is like, nah, bro. I don't trust no PFF bullshit. I don't trust the fact that we watched the film. You would get beat left, right, center. You just didn't give up a sack because Allen was athletic enough to get out of the pocket and get going. Who knows? The fact of the matter is this. We got to make sure that the line does not get worse, because we need everything. We need everything thrown at that O-line so we can have the best and effective line going forward. So Quentin Spain, do we bring him back? We're gonna find out. So let's find out. I'm gonna pop in, and you guys gotta let me know what the juice is. All right. So I give you guys a name. Either you guys say problem or he's a process. Y'all got your little phones. Y'all got your little laptops. Let's do this together. So this is gonna be an easy one. Mitch Morse, process, problem. Let me see it while I get into the next one. I mean, you guys already know what it is, but I want to see if this little this little experiment is going to work, because I'm doing all this stuff live, right? So let's do it. So we got process. Okay, so we all on top of that, straight. Okay, next on the line, John Feliciano, process or problem. I think we all agree that my man is process. All right, so we good. Grades are tricky when no one really knows the actual play was. It's what it is, man. You have to know what they're talking about. What was the down and distance? What was the play call? What was the actual play supposed to be? There's a whole bunch of damn things that play a factor. Okay, moving on. Ryan Bates, process, problem, project. I put a little something for you. Process, problem, or project. Ryan Bates, what you guys got? I'm trying to see. Somebody said process. You're an asshole. You idiots. So what do we got? So we got process for Ryan Bates. Okay. Oh shit, we got project. Okay, a whole bunch. Okay, y'all a little late. Okay, so Ryan Bates is a project. Okay, I can fuck with that. Moving on. Ike Bodker. Process, problem, or project. What do we like about Ike Bodker? For those that do pay attention to the O-line, that do pay attention to pieces, and that watch the games and watch the preseason to see how he was doing. So what do we feel about Ike Bodker? Is it okay? I see a lot of problem, project. Who? Yo, you're an asshole, bro. So I see people saying, yo, peace out to Bodker. Okay, problem for Bodker. We moving on. Dion Dawkins. I think we all know what the deal is. Process. He's part of the process. We know he's going to be part of the process. He's going to get paid. So he is a process guy, right? We're not even going to touch base on that. Here's a tough one for you guys. Ty and Seke. Process or problem? Are we bringing Ty and Seke back? Are we confident in what Ty and Seke brings to the table? Is he a process guy? Okay. It looks like we are on board. He is process. Okay. We working, people. We working with each other. My man said process again. Stop being an asshole, bro. Okay, process. All right. Who's next on my line? Let's go. Cody Ford. We obviously know he's a process guy. So I'm not even going to touch on that too much. Now, here's one that I need to bring you guys. I didn't get a chance to do it. Spencer Long. So we know Spencer Long. We brought him from the Jets, had a pretty good year with the Redskins when he was with Kirk Cousins, Captain Kurt, right? And then we brought him to the Bills. People were humming and hawing because we thought that we paid way too much money for him. But it turns out that he's a decent player inside and outside, right? So he can play guard and he can play center. So do we bring back Spencer Long? Because right now he's a free agent. He is a free agent right now. So Spencer Long, process. Okay, so we like Spencer Long. He's a backup. We need him for depth. I'm with you guys because I fuck with that too. Spencer Long, I think, is great depth. He can go inside and outside, and that's what we need. This line is all about versatility. If one guy goes down, next man up, you got to get going. So far, the Ike Bodker is the only problem. That's right. So far, nobody's really messing with Ike Bodker, but I have a feeling it's because they don't know who he is. That's what I think it is, right? So that's just my thing. Now, Quentin Spain, process or problem? This is the interesting one right now. To me, it's a no-brainer. You're bringing back. He's a process guy. But are you willing to pay him? Because we took him on a 1-year deal. So now he's going to be like, yo, man, I didn't allow any sacks this year. So y'all got to pay up. And are the Bills ready to pay up? Believers Talks is Buffalo Fanatics. That's why I put Nseke as a problem as well. Oh, okay. So what do we got? Do we like Quentin Spain to be a process guy or is he a problem? Jack George says, pay the man. Pay him. He's a keeper. Okay. So you know what? We are keeping my guy, Quentin Spain. But here's one for you guys. LeAdrian Waddell. Now, there was high hopes for LeAdrian Waddell. He was going to come in and compete. He was going to be our swing tackle guy. He was going to be a depth. I mean, the way the offseason started was pretty damn good, man. We had some good depth. We had some guys that are up and coming. We had a young rookie coming in. So we thought we were going to have big things going. And then shit went down the drain, man. People started getting hurt and then just messed the whole damn thing up. So is LeAdrian Waddell, he tore his quad. That's a big muscle for a big boy like that to tear that thing up. You can't move, man. You're done like that. So do you bring him back? Like, think about it. We need depth. We can't just start with a 5 and that's it. So do we bring it back as the backup right tackle? Or do we say, you know what? That injury is too hard to return from. We'll just fare well with what we have in free agency and the draft. What are we doing? Okay, so a lot of people are kind of torn on this, right? Depth for project. Scott Blakely says he's a project guy. I got process, I got problem. So that one right there is a tricky one. Let me see. Dennis made a point, so I'm going to go back to Mr. Dennis. Dennis Chapman says the fact they kept him on the team, he's a process guy. That's true. They could have said, you know what? We're good, fam. We thought that we were going to have you on the team, but I think we're good with what we have, so I think we're going to let you go. But I don't think they were good. I think Adrian Waddell and Ty Seke are one of those two players that you really have to talk about, right? And Seke, he's up there in age. I think he's going to be turning, 36 years of age. I know he's up there. So it could be an age thing with Ty Seke, and then we bring in Adrian Waddell, which is younger, back to take over. So this is going to be very interesting to see how it plays out this coming off season. I'll tell you that right now. I'm actually going to be looking forward to it because a lot of people don't realize how important this O-line is. I know you guys want to pay attention to the sexy positions like quarterback, receiver, corner, the linebacker, but the trenches is where it's at, people. I'm telling you, that's how you win games. Believers talk. You can sign Waddell for the $4.5 million cap space that you save by cutting Seke. You're absolutely right, but do you risk cutting Seke, right? Because Seke, because of his injuries and wasn't able to really kind of put things together, I kind of want to see him back. But I would also understand why we'd have to let him go. So that's a very good point. You cut Seke, you bring back Adrian Waddell, but Adrian Waddell coming off a big quad injury, that's very risky to throw in $4.5 million at a guy that just coming back from injury. So that right tackle position is something we're going to look at. So, which brings me back to tie this whole thing. What do you do with Cody Ford? Right guard and leave him there, or do you let him establish himself as a right tackle and Seke and Waddell can duke it out for the backup, and then right tackle remains and he stays with Cody Ford. Samuel Harris says Seke is always hurt. Damn, he's 36. I think age could be the factor with him. That's the thing, man. He's 36. He ain't no spring chicken. They might say, man, we tried this thing with you and it was cute, but it's not going to work out, bro. You out of here. And Cody Ford, truth be told, when Ty Seke went down, it wasn't like Cody Ford got beat he held his own. He went up against some like Von Miller, one of the best pass rushers in the damn game. He held Von Miller in check. So let's slow down a little bit, and we might have to give some props to Cody Ford on how he came through. So it's going to be a big offseason, so we got to make sure that he's on top of his shit and ready to roll out. You feel me? So that is the offensive side of the ball. I'm glad you guys helped me out. So Mitch Morse, obviously process. Spencer Long, we say he's a process. We need him for depth. So I think they bring him back. Feliciano, we know is good. Ryan Bates. Did we say we're keeping Ryan Bates? I think we did. Oh, wait, you guys said it was a project. So Ryan Bates is a project. We're going to find out what we do with Ryan Bates. Ike Bacher, problem. Y'all don't fuck with Ike Bacher, so he's gone. Deion Dawkins, big year coming. Ty Seke, question mark. Quentin Spain, bring his ass back. Okay, so he's a process guy. Cody Ford, process. Victor Sulaco, who the hell knows and who cares. And Adrian Waddell is a process, and we're going to find out how that shakes out. Because right now, we're not talking about free agency. Now, when we do talk about free agency, I looked at what the list was showing, and right now, there wasn't anything that I saw that we actually really needed, right? Brandon Sheriff, guard, that's going to be out there, but he's going to be looking for bank. And if you guys remember Darrell Williams, he was the right tackle out of the Carolina Panthers that we thought we were going to bring him back, but he decided to go back with the Panthers. So he's available once again. So he might be one of the players that we might be looking to bring on to the Bills. So that could be interesting. So look out for Darrell Williams and Brandon Sheriff. But I don't think we're going to go guard at Brandon Sheriff because I think we're good with the guard position. Or we let Spain walk and we bring in a Brandon Sheriff. I'm just saying, people, there's a lot of things that we got to look into, man. So keep that in mind. Your boy is back. I told you guys, I'm not fucking around today, boy. Let's go. So let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Defense of the side of the ball, the trenches. So if you guys are tuning in for the first time, it's the POP. We are trying to figure out who is part of the process, who is a problem, and who might just be a project. They're not just ready to go yet. So here we go. Let's start with the first guy, Trent Murphy. Here's the thing about Trent Murphy, man. We brought in Trent Murphy. We took a risk. Trent Murphy was with the Redskins. He had one good year, I believe, back in 2016. I believe it was 2016. He had a monster year and then took some drugs and tore his shit, and he was a mess, right? So we took a chance on him and brought him to Buffalo. So when he came in first year, he was okay. Okay. And I mean, when I say okay, he was just okay. That's it. So now, year 2, I personally thought we were just going to say, you're out of here, man. You didn't give us enough, but it's not fair. He's coming off of an injury. He's not 100%, so he's got to get his bearings under himself, right? So second year, vast improvement. I think he had, 4.5 sacks, 5 sacks? Hold on, I got to tell my brother, call him back. Yo, I'm doing a live show right now, so I'm going to call you back. All right, peace. So with a guy like Trent Murphy, he's tricky for me because we have so much depth at this defensive line. Not only that, we've got draft that's coming around. We have a lot of free agent guys that are, I'm going to name some names that are around. We need to do something about Trent Murphy. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not in love with Trent Murphy, man. I know that 4.5 sacks was cool. It was cute. And he definitely did improve his game. But at $7.5 million, you know what? Ain't happening, bro. You guys to go. You are part of the problem for me. Are you guys in agreement? Is Trent Murphy a problem player or he's a process guy? What do you guys think? To me personally, my man is on the problem. He's on the problem wagon, and I'm gonna slap the horse on that ass and get going. Take that man away. It's a wrap for me. Okay, we got problem. We got save that money. Another Chris Kelsey. That's hilarious. That's actually funny. Buy Murphy. Okay, so we're all on the same page right now. So Trent Murphy, to me, I think that's one of the places that we're going to make some changes. So we are saying goodbye to Trent Murphy. It's been real. It's been cool. You did 2 years. You got $14 million out of us. I think you did all right with that. All right. So moving on to the next one. Ed the Bull Oliver. Let's call it a buck, man. We already know what it is. First round draft pick. He started off slow. He's still learning the ways. You know what I mean? My man needs to stay on his damn feet because he's always, ripping and moving, and he's always on the floor. Get your ass up and get out to the damn quarterback. But he started to get way better as the year went on. So I'm looking forward to that young bull doing big things going. All right. So Ed Oliver, process. That's an easy one, right? Moving on. Star Lotulelei. Now, if Star Lotulelei did not restructure his contract, I was actually seriously thinking that maybe we might have to part ways with Star Lotulelei. But the fact that he restructured his contract and he's coming back, that's telling me he's here for at least another year or 2. All right. So you can best believe that Star Lotulelei, my last year's X Factor that failed miserably. He wasn't the X Factor that I thought he was going to be. Now, he wasn't shit, but he wasn't the X Factor that I thought he was going to be. So maybe it's going to be this year. Who knows, right? But I'm not going to put myself out there just like that yet. So to me, Star Lotulelei is a process guy. There's no question about it. He's still valuable on this defense. He's still valuable to this D line, and he's still very valuable to the young guys on this team, the Daryl Johnsons, the Ed Olivers, the Harrison Phillips. So let's not get too complicated here. Process Star Lotulelei. That's just what it is, right? So moving on, Harrison Phillips. I can't wait for Harrison Phillips to come back. And I never thought I'd be one to say that because Harrison Phillips, when he came out of Stanford, I believe it was Stanford, my man was a demon. He was just in the backfield all day, every day. That boy's rip and swim was on point, right? And then when he got to the league was a little faster. So he didn't really quite develop the way we wanted him to. And then last year, when he was ready to get in, then he was doing real good, the injury happened. I was looking forward to seeing him. And I'm looking forward even more to having Harrison Phillips back. Think about it. Having Harrison Phillips and Ed Oliver, boy, that Ed Oliver and Harrison Phillips show, that's going to be something to watch. That is going to be something to watch. I'm telling you right now. So Harrison, Horrible Harry, however you want to call it. I didn't snap that. I didn't snap that right. Process. That was terrible. My bad, man. So he's part of the process. So we got Ed Oliver and we got Harry Phillips. Process. Big time, right? But here's the thing, with him coming back from injury, it's going to be a nice duo to have 2 explosive guys coming back and hungrier than ever. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be big things. All right. By the way, smash that like button. Right now, there's 63 likes. Right now, there's 86 people. Right now, my math is not right, but 84 plus another 20. That should be, you know me, about 84 likes. So smash that like and come back into the room. Daryl Johnson. I love Daryl Johnson. I wanted Daryl Johnson on the field way more, but I understand it. There's guys that are going to be above you. We had the Shaq Lawsons on the team. We had Trent Murphy on there. We had Jerry Hughes. So it's hard to get on the field, right? But Daryl Johnson, 7th round pick, he will be an asset. Big boy, 6'6", that wingspan is everything, right? That first burst that he has is everything. So I look forward to seeing Daryl Johnson really do some noise. And I think Daryl Johnson, I think, is what's making Trent Murphy expandable, that we can say, you know what, Trent Murphy, we got it, because we have a young bull in Daryl Johnson going to his second year with a full offseason coming. He doesn't have to deal with combines and this, that, and the third. I think he's going to be focused. I think he's going to be ready to go. So shout out to my guy, Daryl Johnson. Bam. I think he's going to do big things this year, and look out for that number 92. I think he's got some big things. Now, here's a name that you guys might not be familiar with. I'm very familiar with this one. And that is Mike Love. You guys are probably like, who? Mike Love. Are you talking about that Mike? You're not talking about Buddy Love, Eddie Murphy. No. I'm talking about Mike Love. Now, for you guys that don't know who Mike Love is, Mike Love has been on the team for a couple years now. And what has hampered him is the injury. And last year was the year he was supposed to come in and really push. He was pushing Trent Murphy for that damn 53-man spot. He was pushing hard on that preseason, right? And then the injury happened. I'm looking forward to seeing my guy Mike Love come back and compete. I'm not saying he's going to be a process guy, but I still think I see more project in him. But if he can come in and really push, because I think that Trent Murphy's going to be gone. I think he's going to have a battle with Daryl Johnson to see what happens. I think so. I really, really think so. So Mike Love, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to put him as a project right now because he's coming off of the preseason, the injuries, but really hasn't really fulfilled what he really needs to do. But I feel big love going Mike Love's way. So if you guys are familiar with him, get to know who he is, look at the film. He was a beast in preseason. So don't sleep on my guy, Mike Love. I'm just saying. So to me, he's a big project guy, but he's got a lot of potential, great potential. All right, moving on. John Woodward. Now, I'm not going to play like I know who John Woodward is, because I don't. I know we brought him in halfway through or near the end, and we put him on the practice squad and all that good stuff. I don't know anything about John Woodward. I'm just going to put him as a project / problem. I might not even see who the hell you are. So sorry, no disrespect, but problem is coming your way. Sorry, Mr. Woodward. I can't, there's nothing I can tell you. That's what it is. All right. So now here's a tricky one. We brought this individual in from the Dolphins. Okay. The Dolphins. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, this player is Vincent Taylor, defensive tackle from the Dolphins. I believe he was a second round draft pick or third round draft pick. I can't recall, and I could be completely way off. My man Papa Peck might lose his shit on me, but the Dolphins decided to cut bait and cut loose with him, and we signed him and brought him on to the Bills. And Vincent Taylor, from what I understand, is a very good player and just needs more time to develop, and he can be a damn asset. A defensive tackle, to me, process. He's a process guy. I think he's going to remain on the team. I think he's going to compete. And this is what prompts me to say that I'm not going to get there yet, but I'm going to get there very shortly. So I'm just going to tell you right now, this guy is a project to a process guy, but I'm going to lean more towards a process guy. I think that he's going to really show what he's got this coming offseason, fully immersed in the system with Leslie Frazier and everybody. I think he's gonna be a problem for players, but he's gonna be a process guy for us. Now, here's where things get tricky, and I need your help on this. Jordan Phillips, Shaq Lawson, and Corey Liuget. We got 3 players that were very, very influential on this defense from this year, right? I think we can all agree. Let's start with Jordan Phillips. So Jordan Phillips, 9.5 sacks, My man he's the big brother, the big bully on the team. You don't mess with a guy like that. And he brings the energy. He brings a little bit of don't fuck with me on this team, right? That's the type of shit we need. We don't got no nastiness on. If you look at our defense, who's nasty on that defense? We already know who's nasty on the offensive line. We got Cody Ford, we got Feliciano. But who's that nasty? Who brings the nasty on the defensive line? Everybody's a nice guy, man. You know what I mean? You have Ed Oliver, rookie. He hasn't really quite developed the nastiness. Harrison Phillips ain't no nasty dude. He's a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? He's like a Kyle Williams, man. Nice dude. Jerry Hughes, he is a bonehead. He's got a couple screws loose a little bit, but he ain't no nasty dude. We need some nasty on this team. And Jordan Phillips brings the nasty. But we got to make a decision because right now, Jordan Phillips, his market value right now isn't crazy high. But the question is, are we willing to pay that when we have Ed Oliver, Harrison Phillips, Vincent Taylor potentially coming back, right? So Vincent Taylor, so that's 3 interior linemen right there. Now, and I wrote it down. Did I write it down? Yes, perfect. So Jordan Phillips, his market value is $6.1 million. Are we willing to pay a backup maybe or a potential starter $6.1 million? Think about it. And I like Jordan Phillips. I like him a lot. I think he brings exactly what we need in Buffalo. $6.1 million isn't bad. You know what I'm saying? And it gives us great depth at the interior lineman. Think about it. So when we bring Phillips back, we got Phillips, Ed, we got Harrison Phillips, and then we got Vincent Taylor. Forget about Corey Legend. I think Corey Legend is not coming back. I think it was just a rental and away you go. So to me, with a guy like Jordan Phillips, I think we do not let him test. I mean, we're going to let him test the market, but I think that if they don't overpay, I think he's going to come back to the Bills and we'll have him at a modest deal. But I'm not ready to say he's a problem because I think he's perfect for Buffalo. I think he's perfect for what we need and he gets the crowd going. That in itself is an intangible. You don't teach that type of shit. That's embedded in someone. So to me, you sign him up, you don't play games, and you bring his ass back. Buffalo Bayer says Legend is great at stopping the run and helped us big time when we needed it most. But I agree. I think he's temporary. He was just a fill the gap type of guy, right? And if we do bring him back, it's strictly going to be for depth, and we'll be there. You got to remember, this is a defense that rotates their guys in and out all the time. And that's why a lot of people want to make an argument that say you don't pay $6.1 million to a defensive tackle that isn't a guy that plays 70 to 80% of the game. I'm not saying that they all play 70%, but like he was playing 40 to 50%. He was half the time he was out of there. How are you going to pay $6.1 million to a guy that's half in the game and half not? But that's just the way it's set up. They rotate these guys to keep them fresh, right? But nonetheless, we got to make a decision. So are we signing Jordan Phillips? Are we letting him walk? So is your process or a problem? Let me see what you guys got. Process for Jordan Phillips or a problem, meaning we're going to let him walk and let him go somewhere else. How y'all feeling about that? Let me know. Let him walk. He's a problem. Tack says he's a process. He's a process for. So right now it's down the middle. It's down the middle right now. Okay. And I expected that. So I'll be the tiebreaker and say that he is a process guy. I think that he wants to come back, and I believe that he may come back and take modest money and not go super high up there and try to get something going, right? So that's the way I look at it. Now, when it comes to Corey Legend, I think he's walking. We got to make a decision on Shaq Lawson now. Now, the Shaq Lawson come back. Is he a process guy or is he a problem that he's going to be sent off somewhere else? Now, here's the deal. Right now, the market value for Shaq Lawson at 24 years of age is at $7.6 million. Do we bring back Shaq Lawson? Now, Shaq Lawson had a monster year. Great on the run defense. Great again and putting pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. He was someone that you had to know where he was on the field. It only took until last year to really get his shit together, but he did. But he was motivated. He was motivated because he needed to make that money. We canceled his 5th-year option. We was like, nah, son, we're not bringing you back on that 5th-year option. So you are good to go wherever you want to go. But do we bring him back? Are we signing him? $7.6 million a year. Let me give you context. You got Robert Quinn, and I will go right into it. You got Robert Quinn, that is a free agent defensive lineman, once with the Dallas Cowboys, played with the Dolphins. He's asking for $11.8 million. His market value, market value is at $11.8 million for a Robert Quinn. Keep that in mind. Then you have a guy like Vic Beasley coming from Atlanta. It didn't quite work out for Vic Beasley in Atlanta. He's a pass rush specialist, right? Now, do we bring him in and let Vic walk? So he's asking for $7.3 million. That's his market value. Let's keep going down the list. Then we got Yannick Ngakoue. If we got $80+ million in the bank, are we bringing a Shaq Lawson back when we can get a guy like Yannick Ngakoue? Those are things you got to talk about. It sounds cute that we say, yeah, bring this guy back. But there are guys that are out there that could bolster this defense. And Lord knows we need pass rush ability. Like, I'm talking about straight pass rush ability. We need that. It's something that is a necessity, right? Moving on. Everson Griffin just opted out of his contract. Now, the reason I'm not 100% on Everson Griffin, because the rumor is that he opted out of his contract with Minnesota just to re-sign with Minnesota so they can get him a new contract. Smart man. He's trying to get his money's worth, and he's trying to get at least 2 to 3 years of guaranteed money. I don't blame him. Now, he's 31, 32 years of age, so he's not young, but he ain't old either. He still got it. I mean, dude came up with 8.5 sacks just last year, right? And he fought for that. So we need that. Lord knows we can use that. What we had, the highest amount of sacks that we had was Jordan Phillips at 9.5. After that was 4 sacks. 4 sacks. And it was what? Between Trent Murphy and Jerry Hughes and freaking our safety Jordan Poyer, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? So you guys catch what I'm saying? We need a guy that can consistently get after the quarterback. So that being said, Robert Quinn, Vic Beasley, Yannick Ngakoue. This is one I threw in there. Noah Spence. I know that he's been a bust ever since he went to Tampa. It didn't work out, but Noah Spence could be someone that we could rejuvenate his career. I just threw that out there just as a feeler, right? Hold on, let me see that. Pierre Martinez, 6.5 sacks for Lawson. Did Lawson have 6.5 sacks? Oh, my bad. Okay, so yeah, Lawson with 6.5 sacks. So I get that. So we still need more. Now, do we bring him back, or do we go after these guys that are going to be asking big time money? Now, I know Shaq is affordable, and do we want to bring him back, or do we want someone that can really get after the quarterback, right? Yannick Ngakoue, his market value is at $17.1 million. That's a heavy money bag, but guess what? We got the money. So if we really want to make a difference on defense, we got to bring in a guy like Ngakoue, $17.1 million. That would be like a 5-year, $85 million contract. Nothing crazy. But if he's young and he can get after the quarterback and the boy is nice like that, yo, there's no problem. And he was a top 100 player. A top 100 player available right now. If we can get him, pay up and bring his ass in. All right? Then you have, Everson Griffin I talked about, Clowney. Clowney is available. He's going to be asking for like $20 million. I don't know if he's worth $20 million, but somebody's going to pay that. In even furthermore, who is his Ezekiel Ansah? Ezekiel Ansah is available too. Now, I'm a little peeved at Ezekiel Ansah because he was supposed to come to the Buffalo Bills, but he chose Seattle. Now Seattle's like, yo, you out. So, like, you should have just stayed your ass where you could have been a big difference maker, but you went over there. So now he's available. So do we bring in Ezekiel Ansah again? Go fuck yourself. I ain't bringing your ass back. That's just me being petty. Richard Cartagena says, why not bring back Lawson and Jordan Phillips and get AJ Epinoza in the draft? You definitely can. But, like, think about it. There's only so many linemen you can have on this team. Don't forget, like, you got Jerry Hughes, Harrison Phillips, Ed Oliver, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going to bring back Jordan Phillips. Then you want to bring back Shaq Lawson. Then you got Daryl Johnson, right? That's 6 linemen right now. Then you want to bring in Epineza. And then I feel like I'm missing some people. So, like, it could work. It could work because I think we normally have 7 linemen anyway. You just never know. I'm not mad at that. Don't get me wrong. I am not mad at that. I can fuck with that for sure. So That's the question, man. So 6.1 million for Jordan Phillips, 7.6 million for Shaq Lawson. Do we just bring both of them back and call it a day? But then we got the same damn interior line. We were missing sacks. People, we were missing sacks. We weren't getting enough pressure on the quarterback. So to me, you can't bring back the whole gang and say, let's do it again. Nah, not good enough, man. You just can't. You just can't do it, man. We got to bring in one piece that is going to make a difference on rushing the passer. So it's got to be a Robert Quinn. It's got to be and I'm not even really onto Vic Beasley that much, but it's got to be the Ngakoue, a guy that is proven and that can do it. So if we can pay for Ngakoue and draft Espinoza, boy, now we talking. Now we might have to make some moves and move some things around. But ladies and gentlemen, let's go through the list and find out how we feel about who is part of the process and who isn't part of the process. So, Trent Murphy, problem? Can we all agree that Trent Murphy is a problem and he's going to get cut? I'll vote for it. He's out of here. He's gone. Ed Oliver, process. Starlatulele, process. Daryl Johnson, process. Harrison Phillips, process. Mike Love, project. Okay, I like Mike Love, but he's gonna be a project for me. John Woodward, who cares? Vincent Taylor. Now that I think about who's coming back and potential Jordan Phillips coming back, Vincent Taylor is right on the cusp. So right now, I'm gonna say Vincent Taylor for the time being because we don't know what's happening with Jordan Phillips and we don't know who's coming in as a free agent. I'm going to say for the moment, Vincent Taylor will be a problem. I think they're going to cut him, but he's more of a project. But if I have to pick one between a problem and a process, you got to go. You're going to be a problem for me. I guess at the end of the day, give me if we're bringing Jordan Phillips back. Jordan Phillips back, yes or no? Jordan Phillips, bring him back to the Bills, yes or no? Let me see your answers before I get out of here. Trent Murphy, process. Who the hell said that? Daniel Graris? Boy, you tripping, boy. Yator Gross. I can't even say that man's name. Gross Matos. Somebody said, yeah. So Jordan Phillips, process. Henry Friedman says no. Alex Mayer says yes. Everybody's saying yes. So Jordan said, somebody said no, too much money. 6.1 million is not so bad. It's not bad at all. We got 80 million. It's not like we have like 13 million in the bank. Come on now. 80 million. Stop being cheap, people. Stop being cheap. Chris Jones from the Chiefs. Yeah, but Chris Jones is what? He's like a 3-tech, right? He's an interior lineman. I think we're good at interior linemen, people. I'm just saying, man. So yes, Jordan Phillips, part of the process. Okay, next one. Shaq Lawson. Process or problem? What are we doing with him, man? Talk to me, people. What are we doing with Shaq Lawson? Are we letting him walk or are we bringing him back? Shaq Lawson, process or problem? Let me see what y'all are feeling right now. Jeffrey's Surdman says process. I believe Vincent Taylor is a restricted free agent. Process for sure. Shaq Barrett is going to be available. Keep him. Process. Stay. Problem. Rain YT says problem. Of course, it's a process. So right now, it looks like most of you, not everybody, most of you are liking Shaq Lawson to come back to the Bills. Justin Thompson says problem. Let him walk. Process at a good price, problem, Shaq, problem. So it's a mixed bag, but it looks like more people are leaning towards, oh, shit. Okay, more answers are coming in. We'll keep him process, but I think we could get better, get rid of all our picks to get Chase Young. I want him back, but I think he's gone in free agency. Scott Blakely says he's a problem. If he comes affordable, yes. Tillman says he's a process. Murphy out, Shaq in. No Lawson, no Phillips, no Murphy. Whoa, no Lawson, no Phillips, no Murphy. Okay, I like Dante Fowler. We can get him for a lot. Shit, you guys are kind of on the fence with Shaq Lawson, man. Because I'm on the fence too. So let's leave this one. Let's put a pin in it. There's some folks when they don't want to make an answer. Let's put a pin in it for now and let's return. But that's not what the fuck we do. So to me, problem. I fucking said it. Yo, Shaq Lawson is going to be a problem. I don't think we're bringing him back because if we really loved him, if we really had love for Shaq Lawson, guess what we would have done? We would have said, let's pick up your 5th-year option, and we have faith in you. We're going to bring your ass back. I don't think he's coming back. I think that we're going to go elsewhere. I think Shaq Lawson is a damn problem. He's out of here. But Jordan Phillips, on the other hand, I think we're going to actually retain him and bring him back. And that's the bottom line, because I damn said so. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. It's been real. We are doing these consistently now because, I'm hotel living right now. So we're going to do what we got to do. So I'm back home tomorrow. I probably won't be hitting up you guys, but I'll probably do some things on Friday. So next up is the linebackers. We doing the linebackers. That's one of the sexy positions that we've been talking about. So we got some things. I got my homework to do. I got some free agents to look at to see who's doing what. Because rated PG Rico said so. Rated PG. Yeah, I'm not cussing today. So ladies and gentlemen, I thank you guys for tuning in. Before you get out of here, smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. And if you guys want to know when I go online, it's simple. Click that damn notification bell. Click that notification bell. You will know every time I go online. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. We did the O-line today. We did the D-line. We smashed two things in one. We are now moving on to the linebackers next. I'm excited. So thanks for tuning in. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. Keep bing squatting. Keep big biggity binging. Y'all know what it is. It's coming back. Don't you worry about that. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. I really honestly appreciate it because this is fun for me and it's going to be fun for you guys. Tune in. And until next time, it's your boy. Y'all know what it is, man. And I'm gone.